Alright, welcome everybody here. If you are new to the channel, I am Dad first, business owner second, and I'm here to help you grow your reselling business so that you can eventually leave a job that you hate. These are 10 sales that sold. I believe I'm a little bit behind on recording video here, and don't mind the mess behind me. I'm converting a bedroom into an office, so the walls are kind of bare. We're in the process of moving things around, getting some desks in place and all of that stuff, and then I'm going to have a bunch of stuff on the back wall eventually. So bear with me. Hopefully there's not too much of an echo because the room is kind of empty, but these are sales from the first week in January, and the first one here, so it's not exciting, right? $13.95, and I'll do the calculations on what the buyer was all in on after shipping and tax. But when you're in the thrift store, or in this case, my older daughter found this at a church yard sale, so we only paid 50 cents. But if you are at a thrift store, you're at Goodwill, always look up the Build-A-Bears. This particular orange cat, I believe we had sold before, so I knew ahead of time that when she had grabbed it, that it had resale value and we could make easy money off of this. So the item eventually did sell for $13.95. I have to get my notes on my phone here. But the reason that I bring this particular listing up to you is because it took me maybe 1 minute to do the photos. It took me maybe another 2 minutes to do the sell similar and create the listing. And then it was over with. So 3 minutes all in. The buyer paid $13.95. They also paid $9.45 to have it shipped, and then $1.55 in tax. So they're $24.95 all in on this one. It did make a little bit of noise. At the end of the day, if you take I always round up 10% eBay fees out, and then the 5% PayPal fees out, you're still left with, what, $11? So in order to get a listing done in 3 minutes, getting a return of $11, let's do some simple math here. So 3 minutes, you could effectively do 20 of those listings in an hour, right? If I'm doing my math correctly. And then 20 times 11, that's a heck of a return on your investment. So while $13.95 doesn't seem like a ton of money, they add up. So Build-A-Bear, Plush in general, but especially Build-A-Bear, always look them up ahead of time because it's pretty easy money and you should be able to get the listings done pretty quickly. Okay, next item here is so it's a Honeywell joystick controller. I'm not even sure how exactly you use these things. So I saw a listing on Facebook Marketplace, and a woman was selling a bunch of mainframes and a bunch of security camera systems, and this piece was included in it. There were CPU units, there were keyboards, just a ton of electronics, Cisco servers, all sorts of stuff. And I met her at her place of business. I took a look at all of this stuff. So I had previously looked up 2 of the things that I had seen in her listing just to see if it would be worth my time to go visit her. Those 2 items looked like they were pretty good, but you could see in the back of her pictures there was just a bunch of stuff. So I said, all right, let me go take a look at it. So I went to the place, took a look at the stuff. It looked pretty decent, and so I offered her $300 to clean it out, and she took it. And this was one of the pieces in that little haul that I got. So I think this allows you to connect certain security cameras and multiplexes, and you can kind of monitor them all from this little joystick pad. So that's the extent I knew. I did look up the comps beforehand. I saw that they did have obviously resale value. I listed and sold mine a little bit lower than some of the other comps, if I remember correctly. The buyer paid $45.99. They paid $10.15 to have it shipped, and then $3.37 on tax. So $59.51 they were all in, and turned out to be a pretty good deal for both of us. All right. Bose is an obvious Bolo. The Cinemate 15 in general. I believe it comes with, this is just the subwoofer. I believe it also comes with a sound bar, and there may be a third item that like was included in that Cinemate 15 kit that Bose sold. So this was on a cart at, might have been at a Goodwill. It was at a thrift store for sure. I'm pretty sure I paid $9.99 for it. Worked wonderfully after I tested it. The buyer, I believe, took a best offer on this one of $91.99. They paid an incredible $57.35 to have it shipped, $12.32 in tax. So all in, they were $161.66 in on this unit. Bose is a no-brainer. When you see it, look it up, pick it up. Make sure you know what the return policy is on electronics for whatever store you're going to. But Bose is about as easy of money as you could possibly get. I forgot I should probably show you some pictures as well. It was a good, clean unit. And another thing you'll notice too is when it's nice outside, that's when I take my pictures. Even if it's overcast. Overcast is actually even better than when the sun is out for clear pictures. So when I can, or when the conditions are ideal, I always take pictures of the stuff outside. It just ends up just coming out better in the long run here. So as you can see, a lot of photos, a little bit of dust there, but the thing was really, really clean. The cord looked good, and it was a pretty good sale. All right, the next one is, if it's not obvious to you, Gucci is a very high-end designer brand. These were on a cart, one of the carts at a thrift store. Looked up the comps, they looked good. When I can, I have higher end stuff authenticated. I use an authentication service, and sometimes I will get them to send me a certificate just to be on the safe side, but these were as good and as clean cut and as high quality as you could find. If you look at this, for those of you that may not know, you see that small heel right there, that's called a kitten heel. And so that's one of the keywords that I put into the listing. The snaffle bit, the bit you see right there, I'm used to horse bits. I'm not sure what a snaffle bit is, but after looking this particular style of shoe up for Gucci and assessing the comps, this is called a snaffle bit. I haven't done any research other than I know this is what I need in my listing to attract somebody that's looking for that. Done, end of story. So I'm not even sure what snaffle bit means exactly. Maybe it's a key term for Gucci. Who knows? But anyway, the shoes were just in excellent condition. Heels looked great, and it was just a very, very high quality shoe right there. You can see the soles; they looked very, very, very good. And just one of the style numbers. The buyer paid full price, $119.99. They paid $9.45 to have it shipped, $11.50 in tax for $140.93 all in. They cost regular price. At one of the stores that I go to, shoes I believe are $4.29. They're $4.61 after tax. So just under $5 turned into $120. A really good sale. All right, this is a brand and a style that I was totally unaware of. There's an older woman that goes to one of the stores that I frequent, and she was the one that made me aware of Hartman. And so Hartman is the name of this brand, and the style that you see here is tweed. If you move in a little bit closer, you can see the logo right there, and the outer case here. I'll show you some of the other pictures too. So Hartman, a really good brand. Now, depending on how you price this stuff, I like to price it a little bit higher. In fact, I price a good majority of my stuff a little bit higher than the next person. I don't want to necessarily attract the person that's looking for the absolute lowest price and the best deal. And I guess that works for me too. And I always have a 50% off sale going on. It's how I have always done it. If you guys think that I would benefit from doing it another way, lowering my prices across the board, have at it, let me know. But this seems to work for me. Anyway, it's easy to spot in the thrift stores because all of the Hartman Tweed, or the vast majority of it, is this light leather color with the tweed around it. It's pretty easy to spot once you get the hang of it. These bags are just incredibly well made. They're in excellent condition. They're still in demand. And as you can see right here in this picture, you know, disclosing the, it's not really a defect, but anytime there's like a condition issue, make it known so that they see it ahead of time. Interior was pristine. Wheels look great. As you can see here, it's a nice little lock on there. Had the straps. And inside the garment bag, it was clean as a whistle. It looked great. So 110, although I believe they got a pretty good deal on this one. I had it listed for a long time. And so, okay, I took a best offer of $85 on this. Buyer paid almost $40 in shipping, just a little over $10 in tax, for a total of $135.56 all in. The bag is probably worth it. It was a really large bag, so that's probably why they had to pay a little bit more in shipping, but really high quality bag. Here again, here's the logo, good Bolo to look out for, and I don't think I showed you this. Here is the rolling cart. Good brand, I always pick it up. This pair of shoes, when I first saw it, I passed it up. Thrift store find, I think I paid $461 after tax. Timberland is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I look it up, sometimes I don't. I'm not even sure what provoked me to look these up, because the uppers looked like they, you know, showed some wear and tear, although they are still in very good condition overall. You can see, you know, there's like scuffs on the front, and you know, they were certainly worn, but the soles were very, very thick. So anyway, I looked up the number Timberland 12135 and saw that that number corresponds with the white ledge name that they give this particular style of shoe, and it's popular. It sells well, and I had a good size. I had a good size 12. Here's a few more pictures. I have the sun behind me here, so as to eliminate any shadows that I might see, and the buyer could tell in advance, like the laces are in really good shape, the tongues look good. I didn't bother to clean this pair of shoes either. There's the style number, you can see it right there, 12135. That's how I determined that it was the white ledge was what they were calling this particular style. I take almost the same 9 pictures every time I take a picture of a pair of shoes. It's that there. And then here's the soles. Soles were in really good condition. The shoe was well made. The insoles were clean for the most part. And so I bought them and listed them, and I believe they paid full price. Yes, $39.99 is what the buyer paid, $13.40 to ship it, $2.20 in tax, all in $55.59 on a shoe that I almost totally passed up just because of the way the uppers looked. So I'm glad that I double checked. Okay, here's another niche that I'm not 100% familiar with, vintage planes. This one, you could tell was old. It was sitting on a ledge in a thrift store, nobody paying any attention to it. I believe I paid $4.99. I think it was marked $4.99. Anytime I see an old model set, I look it up. In this case, the ECUB-D model number was what I looked up. I saw that there were comps. There was sales history to this. It looked brand new, like the box was open, but it looked like it was never touched. It had a million pieces to it, and you know, I took as many pictures as I could of all of the moving parts and materials, everything that was in bags here. There's the part of the motor. Some more, I mean, just a ton of wood on this set. Looked like, you know, it would be a lot of fun for somebody that was into this. Anyway, The comps looked great. I took a shot on it. I held on to it for a long time. And I believe this was a best offer. Yes, the buyer, I accepted a best offer of $134.99 for this Electric Cub vintage plane. The buyer paid $36.90 to have it shipped and $12 in tax for $184.01 all in. This was a really, really good flip, and for $5 I could hardly pass it up. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it. Wachtersbach, I think. Anytime I see Wachtersbach, especially their Christmas items, I give it a long, hard second look. Everything that I purchase of this brand eventually sells. This is a good lesson here because it sold after the holiday. It was a set of 3 pieces. So there was a plate, there was a bowl, and there was a mug. It was brand new on the inside. The box was open, but you could tell these pieces had never been used. I mean, they were pristine clean. Let's take a look at some of the pictures here. See, still wrapped in some of the. That's what the mug looks like. Sometimes with this brand, Wachtersbach, you'll see Germany, you'll see West Germany, you'll see Spain. It really does not matter what the stamp says as far as the location. It's the brand that you're looking for. And Christmas in particular, the Halloween stuff does well. I have a couple of musical note mugs from Wachtersbach that I currently have listed in my store. There's the bowl there, brand new. Proof that Christmas items sell after the holidays. You know, people might still kind of be in the Christmas spirit here in January, but I purchased the items after Christmas and they sold after Christmas. So a really nice set here. And I believe this was a full price purchase. I got to double check that. Yes, the buyer paid $39.99, $11.10 to have it shipped, for a total of $51.09 all in. Good Bolo. When you see that brand and you start to recognize that pattern in particular, make sure you look it up, do a double check, run the numbers, because they sell well. Alright, I feel like this is an obvious Bolo now. I don't think that the Hoka brand is as underground as they were maybe a year ago. Hokas always sell well. There were a couple of things that appealed to me about this particular pair of shoes. The fact that they were a size 10 women's and the fact that they were a wide women's. So in my retail arbitrage days, which was, I was heavy into retail arbitrage around 2015, 2016. Selling shoes on Amazon, I didn't always do really well with the larger sizes or the wide sizes. On the other hand, on eBay, they sell terrific. It's almost like the larger, the better. Wide is even better. And I don't know what you equate that to, because the marketplaces are a little bit different. Amazon, people are mostly looking for new goods. eBay, mostly looking for used, but size 10, wide. The shoes were in decent condition, as you can see through these pictures here. Again, same shots I take every time. Let's look at the soles here. So the soles were in pretty good condition, not a ton of wear, and I don't know if you can see, see the insoles look good here, and then of course the tag with the style number. I don't know why this is not coming up, but you get the idea. Easy brand to sell. Condition still matters. You can even sell Hokas, that have shown some decent amount of wear on the soles. It's just one of those shoes that's kind of hot right now, and everybody wants to get their hands on it. They're super expensive if you buy them at retail price. So let's take a look and see what the buyer paid here for these shoes. So they paid full price, $44.99. They paid $9.45 to have it shipped, for a total of $54.44 on a pair of shoes that I don't know if the Bondi 5 is being produced anymore. They could be on the Bondi 6, Bondi 7, Bondi 8, who knows. But if it's not, that obviously makes it a little bit more valuable. But even at retail price, when these were new, they were probably around $160 to $170. So the fact that they're paying $54 or $44 is still a pretty good deal because the shoe has plenty of life left. So Hoka, if you didn't know that was a Bolo, now you do. Make sure you always look them up. Look for them in the stores. They are still very easy to sell. All right, last one of this round of 10 was a Halloween Scentsy warmer. And if I remember correctly, I purchased this after the Halloween holiday, and I believe it sold in the first week in January. So not only does the Christmas stuff sell after Christmas, the Halloween stuff sells after Halloween, and even in this case, after Christmas. This was a really nice Scentsy warmer. I don't know if it's discontinued or not. I don't remember doing that much research on it, but if you look at the pictures here, it was in really good condition, very, very clean. I really don't know if it was, I mean, it was hard to tell that it was used at all, so I think I just put used once just to be on the safe side here, but plugged it in just to show the buyer that it worked well. It was just really in pristine condition. I would have loved to have kept it for myself, but I am a reseller and I like to resell everything. I hate holding on to things. So buyer took a best offer, well, I took the best offer of $25.75. They paid $11.10 to have it shipped and $2.30 in tax for a total of $39.15. So really some good lessons here. Don't pass up the Plush just because you might only make $9 or $10 on it. Christmas stuff, Halloween stuff will sell throughout the year. The most important thing is looking at the comps. The most important thing after that is what is the list to sell ratio, right? If it's 1-to-1, that looks pretty good. If it's 2-to-1, you're still in good shape. List to sell 3-to-1, now you've got to really kind of drill down and see if it's going to make sense for you to list it. And then, you know, anything that's 4-to-1 or higher, I would probably, as a general rule of thumb, all things considered, pass on a 4-to-1 ratio like that. So use the app. The app is your friend. Use the advanced search function on eBay. That is also your friend. And that's it. So we'll see you in the next video. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell notification icon so that when another video comes out, you'll be notified. You get to be the first to see it. And give some likes and some thumbs up if you like the content. All right, we'll see you soon.